Oh, great mathematicians, welcome back to our series on matrices. Don't forget, subscribe and also hit the notification button such that we can be able to get notified in case we have any new videos that will be coming up. So we are going to continue with our series on matrix multiplication applicability. So we are going to still apply the concept of matrix multiplication. Last time we looked at finding unknowns or solving unknowns using matrix multiplication. So for this lecture, for the lesson, whatever you want to call it, we are going to look at other examples whereby we can find different items. It may be prices, it may be anything, but still we use matrices. So for this video we are going to look at more examples. The most important thing is the concept of matrix multiplication. Don't forget that the most important thing is the concept of matrix multiplication. Then whatever we are going to look at is the interpretation of the questions that we are going to be looking at. What you need to know mostly in this lecture, that you need to really interpret the question that you will be given. Let's have an example. Jack went to buy 3 pencils, 2 rulers and 4 ball point pens, full stop. Okot went to buy 1 pencil, 1 ruler and 8 ball point pens, full stop. In Hoimer, pencils and rulers cost shillings 60 each and ballpoint pens cost 20 each, full stop. In Kampala, pencils and rulers cost shillings 80 each, meaning that in Kampala the pencils and rulers are at the same price. Question A, Roman 1, form a matrix to represent the items that Jack and Ojok went to buy. Roman 2, form a matrix to represent the prices of items in both Hoima and Kampala. Part B, find the cost of items in Roman 1, Hoima, Roman 2, Kampala. Let's have a solution for this question here. Solution. If we are to analyze that question, part A is telling us to determine to write the matrices for the items that Jack and Ojok went to buy. So if I have Jack here and I have Ojok here, these two people went to buy pencils. I'm representing the pencils with P, the rulers with R, and let me represent the ballpoint pens with B. So Jack went shopping and bought 3 pencils. He went and bought 2 rulers and also bought 4 ballpoint pens. Ojok bought 1 pencil, bought 1 ruler, and bought 8 ballpoint pens. It is just the statements that are in the question. You just analyze the question and put it down in the matrices. Remember, we defined a matrix as a rectangular representation of the items or of the numbers that are given in any form. You can be given the items or numbers in any form, but once you decide to represent them in a rectangular form with brackets at the beginning and at the end, an opening and a closing bracket, what you form is a matrix with entries which are going to represent the numbers that are given. So this is the matrix that we are forming from those statements. Roman 2, this was Roman 1 of part A. Roman 2 is also telling us to represent a matrix or to write down a matrix that represents the prices of the items that were bought. So we are going to have P for we're going to have P for the pencils, we are going to have R for the rulers, we are going to have B for the ball point pens. So we are having two cities where these items can be bought. We are having Hoima and we are having Kampala. If we are to buy these items from Hoima, from the question it is telling us that the pencil is costing 60 shillings in Hoima, the ruler is also costing 60 shillings, and the ballpoint pen costs 20 shillings from Hoima. From Kampala, from the question up, it is showing us that a pencil is 60 shillings and a ruler is also 60 shillings. Then for the ballpoint pen, it is 30 shillings if you are to look at the question critically. So this one is the matrix that we need for the prices, which is representing the items that we are having in different cities. Okay. Then I'm going to take away this question, hoping you have understood what we are trying to mean. If we are to look at part B, it is telling us to find the prices or the cost of items in Hoima, then Kampala. So to find the cost of these items in Hoima and Kampala, we are just going to multiply these matrices. I'm going to show you why we are multiplying the matrix. So it is this matrix multiplied by that matrix. Now I want to show you something small here. If we are to look back here, if I multiply this matrix with that matrix, we are going to find that if we are to go, we use row by column. I'm going to multiply this row with this column. So I'll have a 3. 3 is for Jack buying a pencil in Hoima. So I'll have 3, that is a pencil, for Jack buying it from Hoima. So I'll multiply 3 with 60. So the price of a pencil in Hoima but being bought by Jack, so I'll multiply 3 with 60. Okay, I multiply 2, still it is Jack. Now he's buying a ruler from, he's buying a ruler, the ruler is here still. He's buying a ruler from Hoima. I multiply with that. Then I have a ballpoint pen, still it is Jack buying it from Hoima. So all the prices that Jack, all the items that Jack can buy from Hoima, I can get their prices. Then I go to another row. I deal with this row and the column. Okay. First of all, I can first finish this. I do this with this and also with the other side. So there are two options. Jack can either buy from Hoima or Jack can buy from Kampala. Still, Ojok can buy from Hoima, also Ojok can buy from Kampala. So that's what we are going to be doing. So here we are going to multiply. This is Jack and this is Ojok. This is Hoima and this is Kampala. So Jack can buy all like that. So this one becomes 3 times 60 plus 2 times 60 plus 4 times 20. Okay, then this one becomes, we multiply this with this, so it is 3 times 80 plus 2 times 80 plus 4 times 30. We go down for Ojok buying in Hoima and also joke buying in Kampala. So it's going to become 1 times 60 plus 1 times 60 plus 8 times 20. Then this one is going to be 1 times 80 plus 1 times 80 plus 8 times 30, which is 180 plus 120 plus 160. This is 240 plus 160 plus 120, 60 plus 60 plus 160. This is 80 plus 80 also plus 240. Then the final answer that I should be having here is 380, 280, 520 and 400. Now let's analyze these results together. If we are to look at this, remember here we were having Jack, so meaning that this column represents what Jack would spend in Hoima and in Kampala, meaning that if Jack is to buy in Hoima, he's going to spend this. If he's to buy in Kampala, he's going to buy using this amount. Or joke, if he's to buy in Hoima, he's going to use this, and if he's to buy in Kampala, he's also going to use that. So the question is telling us to find the cost of the items in Hoima, meaning that if we are to get Hoima, we are just going to have the column for Hoima and add it. So for Hoima, we are going to have 380 plus 280. The cost of items, they are not specifying whose items, so what we just do is get the column for Hoima and add it together. So we shall have 660 shillings. Then Roman 2 for Kampala, we shall have the column for Kampala, which is going to be 520 plus 400. So the cost is going to be 920 shillings. Thank you very much for watching. Let's catch up and have another example.